Have you ever wondered why countries get so worked up over language? It might seem like a small thing, just words, just sounds. But for nations, language is a matter of pride, identity, and even survival. The flags you see at summits, the crowds waving banners, all represent more than just borders. They represent the languages and stories people hold dear. It's not just about words, it's about power. When leaders speak, they're not only communicating ideas, they're shaping the way people see themselves and their place in the world. Every speech, every official statement is a reminder of who holds the microphone and whose voice is being amplified. When nations clash, their battles aren't always fought with tanks and soldiers. Sometimes the most intense struggles happen far from the battlefield, in places you might not expect. Sometimes the real fight happens in classrooms, TV shows, and even on street signs. The language you learn as a child, the news you hear at home, the words you see on your way to work, all of these shape your sense of belonging and your understanding of the world. See, language is more than just a way to talk. It's the glue that holds communities together, the bridge that connects generations, and the code that unlocks shared memories. It's identity, it's pride. It's the feeling you get when you hear your mother tongue in a foreign land, or when your community celebrates its traditions in its own words. It's history, wrapped into every single word. Every phrase carries echoes of the past, stories of ancestors, and the wisdom of generations. When you speak your language, you're keeping your heritage alive. And when one country tries to push its language onto another, it's a way of saying, our culture matters more than yours. It's a subtle yet powerful form of control, one that can erase identities and rewrite histories. That's why language can become a battlefield. Debates over language policy can spark protests, divide communities, and even threaten peace. Take Ukraine and Russia, for example. Their conflict isn't just about territory, it's about whose language and whose culture will define the nation's future. For years, Russia pushed Russian language and culture in Ukraine, hoping to keep its influence strong. Russian was everywhere, in schools, on TV, and government offices. But after 2014, Ukraine started fighting back, making Ukrainian the official language in schools and government. This wasn't just a bureaucratic change, it was a statement of independence and a reclaiming of national identity. It wasn't just about grammar, it was about teaching the next generation to see themselves as Ukrainian, to take pride in their roots, and to resist outside pressure. It was about independence, about drawing a line in the sand and saying, we're different, and we choose our own voice. Or look at Belgium, where language is at the heart of national identity. The country is split between Dutch-speaking Flanders and French-speaking Wallonia. This divide isn't just about communication. It's about history, politics, and the struggle for recognition. Political debates, even street names, become fights about language. Every sign, every official document is a reminder of the ongoing negotiation between communities. Who gets to use what language and where? These questions affect daily life, from the services you receive to the way you interact with neighbors. It's not just bureaucratic, people's sense of belonging is on the line. And then there's China, where language is a key part of political and cultural debates. In Hong Kong, protests weren't just about laws, they were about language too. Cantonese versus Mandarin. The language you speak can be an act of resistance, a way to assert your identity in the face of pressure. Each word, each accent is a symbol of identity and resistance. The way you speak can unite you with others, or set you apart. But why should you care? Because these language battles aren't just happening far away, they shape the world you live in too. Well, language wars shape everything from the movies you watch to the news you read. The language of media decides which stories reach you, and which ones are left untold. They decide whose stories get told, and whose get silenced. The language of art, literature, and journalism can open doors, or close them. In the age of the internet, these battles are global. Online, language connects people across continents, but it can also divide, exclude, or empower. Hashtags, memes, even the slang you use online, they all connect to bigger questions about who gets heard. The words you choose can make you part of a movement or leave you on the outside. So next time you hear about language policy, don't tune out. These decisions affect real people, real communities, and the future of entire nations. It's not just paperwork, it's culture, politics, and power, all rolled into one. Every handshake, every celebration, every law passed is shaped by the language people use. Understanding these battles helps you see the world in a whole new way. It opens your eyes to the hidden forces shaping societies and the choices people make every day. Because when you control language, you control the conversation and sometimes even the future. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and remember, every word matters.